What changes in control displacement should be made so that the turn and slip coordinator number one is would result in a coordinated standard rate turn. Refer to figure 144. What changes in control displacement should be made so the turn and slip indicator number one would result in a coordinated standard rate turn? Answer: increase right rudder and increase rate of turn. Step on the ball. To level off at an airspeed higher than the descent speed, the addition of power should be made assuming a 500 foot per minute rate of descent at approximately 100 to 150 above the desired altitude. Rate of turn can be increased and radius of the turn decreased by decreasing airspeed and increasing the bank. Approximately what percent of the indicated vertical speed should be used to determine the number of feet to lead the level off from a climb to a specific altitude? Answer: 10%. The glide slope and localizer are centered, but the airspeed is too fast, which should be adjusted initially. Answer: power only. What is the relationship between centrifugal force, and the horizontal component of lift in a coordinated turn? Centrifugal force and horizontal component are equal. Centrifugal and horizontal are equal. When airspeed is decreased in a turn, what must be done to maintain a constant altitude? Answer: decrease the angle of bank and or increase the angle of attack. To level off from a descent, maintaining the descending airspeed, the pilot should lead the desired altitude by approximately 50 feet. As a rule of thumb, altitude correction of less than 100 feet should be corrected by using half a bar width of the attitude indicator. The primary reason the angle of attack must be increased to maintain a constant altitude during a coordinated turn is because the answer vertical component of lift has decreased as a result of the bank. What force causes an airplane to turn? Answer: horizontal component of lift. While cruising at 190 knots, you wish to establish a climb at 160 knots. When entering the climb, full panel, it would be proper to make the initial pitch change by increasing back elevator pressure until the attitude indicator shows the approximate pitch attitude appropriate for 160 knot climb. During a constant bank level turn, what effect would an increase in airspeed have on the rate of turn and radius of turn? Answer: the rate of turn would decrease and the radius of turn would increase. During normal flight with vacuum driven attitude indicator, control pressures normally should not move the horizon bar more than answer half a bar, 1/2 bar width, with not more than an additional 1/2 bar width for normal flight deviation. To comply with ATC instructions for altitude changes of more than 1,000 feet, which rate of climb or descent should be used? Answer: as rapidly as participle to 1,000 feet above below the assigned altitude, and then between 500 to and 1,500 feet per minute until reaching the assigned altitude. Small altitude corrections less than 100 feet should be made with pinch by using a half bar width on the attitude indicator. The rate of turn at any airspeed is dependent upon the horizontal component of lift. During a skidding turn to the right, what is the relationship between the component of lift, centrifugal force, and load factor? Centrifugal force is greater than the horizontal lift, and load factor is increased. Primary reason the pitch attitude must be increased to maintain a constant altitude during a coordination turn is because the answer vertical component of lift has decreased as a result of the bank. While cruising at 160 knots, you wish to establish a climb at 130 knots. When entering the climb full panel, it is proper to make the initial pitch change by increasing the back elevator pressure until the attitude indicator shows approximate pitch attitude appropriate for the 130 knot climb. When ATC has not imposed any climb or descent restrictions and aircraft are within 1,000 feet of assigned altitude, pilots should attempt to both climb and descend at a rate between 100 feet per minute and 1,500 feet per minute. Refer to figure 144, which illustration indicates a coordinated turn. 3. Conditions that determine pitch attitude required to maintain level flight are airspeed, air density, wing design, and angle of attack. Which instrument should be used to make pitch corrections when you have deviation from assigned altitude? Attitude indicator, altimeter, VSI. What is recommended climb procedure when a non-radar departure control instructs a pilot to climb to the assignment altitude? What is recommended climb procedure when non-radar departure controls instructs a pilot to climb to the assigned altitude? Maintain an optimum climb on the center line of the airway without intermediate level offs until 1,000 feet below assigned altitude, then 500 to 1,500 feet per minute. When airspeed is increased in a turn, what must be done to maintain a constant altitude? Increase the angle of attack of bank and decrease the angle of attack. Decrease the angle of attack of bank and increase the pitch attitude. To level off from a descent to a specific altitude, the pilot should lead the level off by approximately 10%. What changes in control displacement should be made that the turn and slip indicator 2 would result in a coordinated turn? Step on the left. Increase left rudder and increase rate of turn. To enter a constant airspeed descent from level cruising flight and maintain cruising airspeed, the pilot should simultaneously reduce power and adjust pitch using the attitude indicator as reference to maintain the cruising airspeed.